Hi, my name is Jeff Russ with Bar 3 Ranch Beef. We produce grass-fed and grass-finished and pasture-raised beef. People have asked us, how do you get your beef to taste so good and be so tender? And one of the things that we wanted to share with you is the way we make them so tender and flavorful is that they're raised on grasses that we plant special every year. This year, for example, we have oats, triticale, radishes, and rye. It takes a special nutrition to get to the level of marbling that gives you the flavor and tenderness. There's a gentleman that we use to check that by ultrasounding the cattle to see what the marbling looks like before the animal is ever processed. He's going to show you what he does.
Your IMF trait is known to be one of the more heritable traits, but the problem is it's the most fickle trait. It's the one most influenced by the environment. So most of the animals that you do never even get the ability to experience their true genetic potential in intermuscular fat. That's why most stuff is grain-fed, is because it's the only way to get the nutrition to put the intermuscular fat in them, unless you've got the ability to do that on grass, which is a pretty unique situation. There's almost nobody else doing that. And that's why choice, and especially a lot of these would probably be high choice, on grass is almost unheard of. You're the only one that's, you know, on terminal animals they're going to harvest that's actually collecting the data. The more that an animal's stressed, you're going to see those IMF values go down and down fast. So a lot of the way that they're handled and everything does make a pretty big difference in the amount of intermuscular fat that an animal will have. Right here I'm putting the ultrasound machine on the cow, and I'm going to take a cross section of the ribeye muscle, and we're going to get a volume calculation of the size of the ribeye muscle, and we'll be able to see the thickness of the rib fat, which would be your indicator of yield grade. Marbling is where the flavor is, but there's a big relationship between marbling and tenderness. The more marbled an animal is, generally the more tender it's going to be. If you buy something that has hardly any IMF, a lot of the times you may get a tough steak, and that's pretty rare. It's something that's got a lot of intermuscular fat in it. This is basically a cross section of the ribeye muscle with the boundaries kind of being around here. You can see a little bit of acorn fat right up there at the top. And this up here, of course, you can see where the standoff guide is, you can see where the hide is, and this right in there, it's hard to show, but that's going to be your back fat. Not all cattle look like this on the inside. Now I've got it up here on the ribeye muscle, and all this fat in there, that's going to be your marbling. As you can see in this animal, there's quite a bit of intermuscular fat here. Shouldn't have any problem getting into the choices on this one. Like I say, anybody can buy the genetics, even though most of them are, but not everybody's in a position to be able to provide the sort of nutrition that'll get them to this level of IMF.
He's happy.